How you doing there, folks? Welcome to another episode of the Abhisi show. Guys, I know this is going to be a little bit different. I'm actually streaming to my personal account at the same time. So for those of you who are not used to seeing me stream about Abhisi, just want to give you a heads up that Abhisi is a brandable chat solution that handles email tickets and chat tickets from, say, your website, as well as being able to handle and respond to customer support questions from social media like Facebook, Twitter. We're working on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Shopify. But I think Shopify is active, but LinkedIn is coming up in a little bit soon, as well as YouTube. So on that note, thank you very much for joining us. Let's go ahead and jump in, Haman. So let's do a quick recap of last week. So last week we had private knowledge bases. That was number one. And then number two, we had customer portal, which was a big deal. For those who don't know, the customer portal is, let's say someone sends a support ticket or sends an email on chat or an email saying, hey, I need help with this. Well, what they'll be able to do is they can log into your website and they can see what is the status of the support ticket that I left, right? Hey, I have an issue. What's the status of the issue? So that's customer portal. So that came out. What updates do we have regarding the customer portal this week?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, Bruce. So customer portal is live. It's still in beta, but it's a functional customer portal. So you can create your own customer portal, customize it, change the colors, put the logo as you can do in the knowledge base as of now. Your customers can sign up and then log in and then create new tickets. They can see the list of tickets that they have created over the period. And the other updates that are coming next week is a UI change in customer portal. So in order to release it, we have kept it the same as the knowledge base, but it's going to change the internal UI, not the external one. And along with that, there will be more details about tickets and statuses and everything. So we are really excited. We have launched this and it's working fine as of now, and everything looks good. So we are bringing more updates next week in customer portal. Private knowledge base is something that is already there. We have developed it. So we have kept private knowledge base at a category level. So whenever you create a knowledge base, you can create categories with that are private, and any articles created in that category cannot be shared publicly. Okay, so you can share it via link to the Abhisi users currently. The another feature that is getting added up next week is you can send that private article to your customers if you want to as an email, because the link is private. So you can send that article directly to your customers as an email. That's the next update coming into that. Yes, so we are really excited with all these updates, and it's going to be fun March, I suppose. It's going to be a good year ending at our end.
So that's interesting that despite the big updates that we had a week or two ago, now we're still having more updates that are rolling out still.
Correct. So now is the time that we have everything got at a place where we can focus on more development side. And next 3 months is gonna be a lot of more features and a lot of integrations that are coming up, like YouTube, LinkedIn, comments. Also, we had an integration with PABBLY, I suppose, this week. Last week so PABBLY got integrated with Abhisi. So you can use PABBLY as an integration with Abhisi. So that is something that's already there.
So we already have Zapier, and now we have PABBLY Connect.
Connect, yes.
Obviously, the next one that people are going to ask about is Integrately, because that's going to be the third biggest one. But just so people who aren't aware or don't know what PABBLY Connect is, so let's say you want to take a ticket. Someone leaves you a chat and say, hey, I have an issue. Perfect. So they created a chat support ticket. You can have a tool like PABBLY Connect, or like Zapier, which connect to like thousands and thousands of applications, and you could say, sure, I want all of them to go to this Google Sheet, or I want all of them to go to this Microsoft Excel page. Great. So if certain companies like Abhisi don't have that direct integration, you go through a middleman, and a middleman has like automation software, which is Zapier or PABBLY Connect. PABBLY Connect is probably the second biggest one, yeah, probably let's just go with that. Second biggest one right now in the world in terms of companies and applications that you can connect to. So if you need to keep track of, if you need to be able to keep track, thank you very much for the link there. If you need to be able to keep track of all the support tickets that were created via email, via chat, via social media, you can say have all of them sent to a Google Sheet, and they would show up through your Pabbly Connect integration. Matter of fact, I can show you guys what that would look like now. Let's go ahead and share my screen. And thank you very much for that, Hamant, as well.
No problem.
And let's go ahead and share that real quick. So you can see here their triggers when a new customer is created, when a conversation is created. These will be built out little by little. Pretty soon there'll be when tickets or issues or support tickets are created. And these are the other companies that integrate down below with Pabbly as well. Perfect. So on that note, you have been on a tear. So it looks like now you had, well, let's go down the list. You had private knowledge bases. So let's say someone wants to get access to an article. They can only do so if it's hidden on the back end, so it's not publicly accessible. Let's say if they've created a support ticket. Number two, you have a customer portal, so people can see the status of their support tickets. And then number three is Pabbly Connect, which just rolled out this week. So, wow,
Yes.
looks like you guys have been extremely busy.
Yeah, we are extremely busy, and we have still a lot of customers signing up on daily basis. So our support team is busy as well. But yeah, it is hectic days are going on, but they are good actually. So yes, so lot more updates are coming up, and so yeah, we have decided to go and upgrade. So last week we were not sure like how we want to just change the particular UI or we want to upgrade the whole product. So we are definitely upgrading the whole product that is finalized, and we are starting it from March itself, and we are starting to plan it out in March, and we will be actually doing the development from April. So it will be much better, I think, after that, the smoothness and the UI portion.
Well, and kudos to you. I'm just still blown away by you were able to get those three major. I'll put that up on the screen. You were still able to get those three major features up so quick in a row, and that's definitely going to help get some interest and get some get feedback from people who, I'm going to say, obviously, things like Pabbly Connect or like Zapier, they're going to require maybe a little bit more triggers, obviously, right? Fine. The
Yeah.
point is, it's already rolled out. It's already there. That's amazing. You guys have been building nonstop, and you could see just based on those features that you launched out. I'm impressed by that. But we also have the list of 10 other things that you have that are coming out immediately down the roadmap too. New templates that are coming, back-end refresh, scheduling, audio and video support
And
calls, YouTube comments, LinkedIn comments, two-way calendar syncs. That way, when someone wants to schedule with you, it's not overlapping with your existing appointments that you may have. Wow. What else is there that? Oh, ticketing IDs. What else is there that we haven't covered that we should probably give people a heads up on?
um, I think we have covered a lot. I think this is a good amount of releases for next 3-4 months. The biggest that I am interested in is UI change and the technology change, because that is gonna definitely shape how Abhisi moves ahead after that.
Right.
So that is the biggest change that we'll be having. Um, and we are excited about it. We are
So
nervous, but we
go
are
ahead.
excited.
And I'm glad to hear that, because the one thing that I forgot to mention to everyone, what is it, 2 weeks ago, Instagram comments are also live. So you guys can connect up your Instagram accounts to Abhisi. So Abhisi could be further used as your social inbox for customer support tickets as well, just FYI.
Correct.
So it's just been nonstop. Okay. Then there's the other update, which we haven't even talked about, that a lot of people have been asking about. Okay, so here's the big one. Hamant, let's talk about mobile real quick. Tell me and fill us in on the updates that's been going on over there.
Oh yeah, so we are releasing a new update on Monday regarding the mobile apps. So we have tried to fix all the glitches and all the hangups that were in Android and iOS. So and the search has also improved considerably. So the new release will be launched on Monday, same time. Um, so I think we are moving ahead with that. Um, Also, as soon as we develop new features in Abhisi, they will be synced to mobile apps. So the next sync that we are gonna do is Instagram with mobile apps together. So everything will be synced by next week, and the new updates will make our apps more smoother.
Can't complain on that. That's something that, again, you guys had just with those 10 that we listed last week, including which you guys have released Pabbly this week, and then the iOS update. I'm assuming that's already been submitted. We're just waiting for the verification from the stores to post up the update, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct. No, no. So basically, we are just testing. The last round of testing has been done today. So, and the weekends are not a good time to release because our teams are not working. So
Right.
that's why we are going to release it on Monday. But yeah,
Makes sense. We did have a question from Own Gun, so let me go ahead and bring it up. When can the UI changes be ready? Do you plan to share how the UI looks? I'd
yeah.
like to see you discuss with the team as a user for better and friendly user UI and UX. Obviously, he's going to be referring to that as well.
Definitely, definitely, we are going to share the UI UX. So this week itself, we decided so how we are going to move ahead with the technology change as well. So as we have decided that, and we are rolling it out, definitely we are rolling that out. So next month, March, our designer will be working on it, and once we have the first layouts, I'm definitely going to share on the groups on our Abhisi group, and your feedback is of what most important, and we are going to definitely take that. So
So
before
let's say,
finalizing the UI, yeah, so before finalizing the UI, we are definitely going to take feedback. So you can expect the designs in the group by the end of March or first week of April, that you will be having a new layout. First layout that will be released will be for chat widget, because that is the focused area for the first release. The next will be the reply page and the setting page UI.
and then I'll put this out there. There are also we've had discussions in the past. What if people want to have their own branded mobile application for their own support service that they want to provide customers?
Yeah, they can definitely have that. We are ready to provide it from our end. For that, what we'll do is it's definitely as an add-on feature that we provide. But we can definitely, you can send us the logos and everything. We can design the app, put your logos all, and you just need to have your Android and iOS accounts, developer accounts, and we can just host it on that.
There you go. So, Ongun, thank you very much for reaching out today. Next one is going to be Tony. Looking good, Bruce. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I forgot. I think I unused Abhisi because I needed a mobile-friendly app, but not Pabbly. That mobile app will be a big help. Yes, I agree with you on that. Thank you guys for a lot of the likes. I know we don't have a lot of viewers today, but there's a lot of likes that are coming in, so appreciate that. And Tony, I agree with you. I know some people who had used the mobile application and then they had stopped, let's say because there was like some glitches, and now that it's going to be refreshed, it just makes sense that it's like, okay, now's the time to play with it again, because if it's a little more stable, people are going to be more inclined to use the help desk, because you can get chats on help desk, at all times of the day. You don't want to be glued to a computer to sit there and respond to all those questions. Obviously, right? That just makes sense.
Okay.
Um, I'll put that out there. There's two things that I'm big on from the mobile application world when it comes to the help desk. So number one, I'd like to be able to answer like some video calls from my phone. Hamant, you and I talked about that before, right? That's one.
Yes.
Number two, is the refresh that's coming on the back end, is that going to be reflected on the mobile application, or is the UI going to stay the same on the mobile app?
The UI is going to stay for the mobile app as of now.
Okay.
But yes, there will be small changes that are needed already. We have already the list of changes in the UI that are required to make it more user friendly. So that are going to
Right.
come up, but we are not going to revamp the whole mobile app as of now, because we will be focusing on the web version for at least next 3 months or so. So that that after that, maybe we can think about revamping the mobile app as well. So
Okay. Question. When you talk about mobile apps, are we also talking about iPads? Let's say if we want to use it in landscape mode.
yeah, it can be used. It can be
But
used.
is it vertical or is it sideways, landscape?
I think it can be used on the both ways.
Okay, I've never tried it on the iPad. That's why I'm kind of interested because I carry my iPad with me everywhere. So I'd like to be able to answer like support tickets when I'm sitting down eating lunch, and
Yeah.
if I'm not looking at a computer and I have 2 or 3 support tickets. I'd like to be able to respond to it right there.
Yeah, so I think it works on the landscape mode in the iPad as well. Um, but I can definitely confirm because I haven't used it on iPad because I'm glued to my PC whole day. So
True, right? Us as developers, we kind of live there, but for the average mainstream user, they live on their mobile application on their
true,
phone,
true, true, true,
70% of the day. Then you'll have computer for a little bit. Me, if I'm out and about, because I sometimes have to go in the field, or I like to get out of the office or get out of the house to eat some food. I carry my iPad with me because I don't want to carry the laptop, right? So the
true,
idea is let me go ahead and answer those tickets, whether it be on email, which they've always been before, or it would be lovely or it would be great if I could answer it in, let's say, like Bruce's chat or Bruce's ticketing or Bruce's support, right? Because I could
yeah,
have my own white label application. So I'm going to
yes.
ask what a lot of people are going to be asking. What is the cost for a white label Android or a white label iPhone app? Or do you say one cost covers both?
So basically, we are gonna charge is our time that we are gonna invest in white labeling it. So the cost will be roughly around $1,500 for both the applications. So
Okay.
yeah, and we will need your Android and iOS accounts. That's it. That you have to pay for. I think it's $100 per year
Yep.
for Android and 150 for iOS.
Makes sense. So so technically then it's 750 each one is what you're saying,
Yes,
right?
correct, correct, correct.
Well then that's not bad if I get two for $1,500 and then that'll include updates for life.
Yeah, that will definitely.
Does that also mean that the iOS version comes with the iPad version?
Yes, true. So
Oh my
everything that you can
god.
do in the current application.
I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, having my own branded help desk service, that would be big that I don't have to pay for. Okay, so let's say people want to do either split payments or they want to do monthly payments. Is that possible on the branded mobile applications?
Um, we can do split payments, but monthly is not possible because that is
Okay.
something we don't want to keep track of, and that will be too messy going further. But yeah, we can definitely do split payments. You can just we can just go for half of it in the front and half of it once we give you the applications or something like that. We can divide that up. It depends upon the customer uh, how he wants to move ahead, but it cannot be monthly. That is not possible.
Got it. Okay. Nope. Totally makes sense. All right. So, last question, and this pertains to the apps. So, we've covered iOS, we've covered Android, but let's talk desktop real quick. There's a few support services I've seen, let's say Crisp, for example, that has a
Hmm.
desktop client. Have you guys ever thought of creating like your own Abhisi desktop client? And the reason why I ask that is because sometimes we'll have browsers that are unstable, or you'll have,
Hmm.
like in the case, we have clients, Beck Computers has clients that are in the medical field and sometimes they're using like Internet 11, or sometimes they're using Internet Explorer Edge, and they haven't converted to Microsoft Edge Chrome yet, right? Or they haven't converted to
Correct.
Firefox or Google Chrome. So the reason why I ask
Correct.
that is because some corporate or enterprise companies don't want to use the browser because their employees may use the wrong browser by accident. So the thought process is, why don't we have them a desktop client? And then they already know, I will keep this running up at all times. And if the Chrome, let's say, browser crashes, that desktop client doesn't crash because there might be some customers that use a lot of support channels. or that they provide a lot of support, like real-time support via text. That being said, have you guys ever thought, or are there plans for creating a desktop client?
So we are open for it, but to be honest, we haven't received any. I think there was only one or two customers that has asked for the desktop clients. Apart from that, there was no traction or no questions about desktop client in any of the launches, or any current existing customers have never asked for it. So we were not too keen on doing that. And as an individual, I also never used desktop clients. So that is also the reason I go into the browser and do everything there. So
Yep.
if I'm open for the feedback. If people are looking for a desktop client and they are comfortable using that instead of the web version, we can definitely look into that.
Now, the reason why I ask is because sometimes you may have clients like it doesn't matter which type of enterprise. It doesn't matter if it's a major healthcare organization or a small little billing office. Sometimes they'd like to be able to have the desktop client have their branding for their employees, right? But as an agency, I need to be able to provide branding for maybe a retail store, like Harley Davidson is one of our clients, our Harley store, and they want to have their branding on their desktop client. So I'm trying to think of, does that mean I need to buy two different desktop clients if that's what, if that was my use case? Is that something that I would have to do? Or can they apply their own branding with the same desktop client if I were to say, hey, Hemant, here's, I don't know, $750. I need a branded desktop client.
Yeah, that we have to figure out at our end technically how it is gonna possible. There was another challenge. I think we discussed this before as well, Bruce. But there was a challenge
Sure.
in the live chat. So if we do a desktop client, there is no direct connection to the live chat. So there is lag that you can experience. So maybe there might be a lag of 5-10 seconds when message comes and goes, because it goes through the server, comes to the local, and then comes to the desktop client. So if that can be an issue as well. But yeah, we will
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, so live chat might be an issue. Emails are not a problem because emails can be synced manually. Emails
Right.
can be, you can just hit a refresh and emails can pop up. But with the desktop client and live chat, that is definitely a challenge because we are using Signal R currently to connect both the conversations. So I'm not sure. That is something technical that we need to look into it when we figure out like if we are going for a desktop client. So I think please team members, please vote up for it. If you are really looking for a Mac or an Windows desktop client, please vote up.
And then we should probably look into that. Sorry, the roadmap. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick, and we'll give everyone the link so they can take a look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, I just found that here. So let me go ahead and put that up on the screen for everyone to take a look at. Here we go. Guys, if you're following us on like YouTube or Facebook, you'll see that coming up inside the chat. And here you go. So if you guys want to take a look and vote on a certain amount of features or suggest some, go ahead and click on that link, and that will take you to the roadmap. You'll see there that we've had comments and thumbs of people who are looking for certain features that they want to include. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. Just go ahead and drop your suggestions and votes there. On that note, I think we're wrapping it up for today. What we want to do for next week is give you guys some walkthroughs after you've had a chance to play with it. We'll do PABBLY Connect walkthrough, we'll do private knowledge bases, and then we'll do customer portal, both from the back end and from the front end, right? How does a
Right.
customer access your login screen to take a look at the status of their tickets? How do you set that up on your website or on an email support ticket? And then number two is, how does the support ticket look like from the back end? I see some changes going on now. Kudos.
Yeah.
Um, on the back end, you may need to manage the support tickets in the customer portal also. Maybe some tickets you want to be visible and some not. Okay, fine. So we'll walk through that, the customer portal, private knowledge bases, which are different from public. I asked Hemant, why would some people want a private knowledge base as opposed to a public? Well, because some companies only make knowledge bases viewable That way, a competitor doesn't steal some private or sensitive information. You may have certain knowledge base articles viewable only after you've submitted in the ticket. So in other words, you have to basically create some sort of account or some sort of profile in order to access some knowledge base articles too, instead of all the knowledge base articles being ranked by an SEO Google Spider or accessible to the public. So to avoid that, what do? Abhisi, based on a lot of customer feedback and requests, have made some knowledge bases simply private, and then
Private.
what you do is you create a ticket, and then you can view certain tickets on the back end.
Yeah,
And then the last one being PABBLY Connect, we'll walk you through how to set that up too. Cool.
definitely.
So, guys, thank you very much for sticking there with us. We're almost at the end of the half hour. On that note, so we'll see you guys next week, Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific. Anything else before we let them go?
I don't think so. So there were some glitches this week. Some of the customers were facing some issues with the logging in, but that was just because we are just publishing all the things. So it will be so if something happens that way, don't panic. There is nothing wrong with the product. Your data is not going to lose, or nothing is going to happen. You just need to go and clear the cookies and refresh it, and it will work flawlessly. So don't worry about it. Okay, just a
Got it.
heads up.
So, guys, don't forget that's the link right there for Abhisi if you want to go and pick up your licenses on AppSumo. And before Ongan, he will be our last question for the day. Any news for Botstar? Did you contact with them? Please bring that integration.
No, we haven't been contacted yet. We are too busy with. We all are very busy with all the releases that we are having. But
Well, you
definitely,
just
I'm
you
gonna.
just had 4 of them in 2 weeks. I don't blame you. That's crazy.
Yeah, so there is a lot of things that we have to take care before the release happens. So I'll definitely get in touch with them as soon as I get some time next week. So once we have another release next week, we will be a bit relaxed. So I'll get in touch with them. So Botstar cannot be a that difficult integration. It can happen in 2-3 days or so. So let's hope for the best, and let's see what kind of APIs they have, and it will be done quickly. Don't worry about it.
Perfect. Okay, guys, wash your hands, keep social distancing in mind, and stay safe. And we'll see you guys all Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific next week.
See you all. Thank you, Bruce. Bye.
Have a good one, Hamad. Take care. See you later, guys.
Okay, bye. Bye.